And stop.
And we're back. Welcome to part 2 of CPR's Clubhouse Live. My apologies for the technical difficulties. Not sure what happened there. But I'm being joined by the vinyl assassin, Cliff Potts, from 90.7 FM, Cheryl Rodriguez, and of course, Willie Valentin. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. So we're back live on social media and, of course, on YouTube.
We start.
I'm sorry, one more
Cheryl
time.
Look down while I look up, so I want to do the Brady Bunch thing. And then I look at Cliff like that.
Come on, CPR. Oh, wait, wrong way. Jose.
I'm not coordinating because I'm trying to make sure that everybody can have the video available to them so they can comment.
I'm Bobby. I got dibs on Bobby.
So do I look to the left or the right? Where do I look to?
It's the opposite way.
All right, so I go this way?
That's
Nope.
the wrong way.
No, the other way.
Oh,
The
that
other
way?
way.
That, now you're looking at Cheryl.
There you go.
I'm looking at Cheryl. Now I'm looking at Cliff. Now I'm
There
looking
you go. I'm looking at Willie.
Oh, wait, me and Cliff. Wait, me and Cliff. You kind
There
of
you
got to
go.
look like
There you
corner.
All right, I guess I'm doing the peace sign to the wrong. Is it this way? Or is it that way? Whatever. Thank you guys for being patient with us. Again, we're live for the second part of CPR's Clubhouse Live. We do have other people that we have invited. I apologize for just, I guess Angel Ben is gone. He won't be coming back.
He went to Denny's.
He went to Denny's.
Breakfast was ready.
So Angel Ben, he went with us to Denny's along with Cliff Potts and I was a DJ C something or other.
Yeah, and Tadeja.
Yeah, and Tadeja, Mr. $1,500 a show. I remember. Oh no, it was $5,000. Anyways, neither here nor there. It didn't happen. But just Angel Ben ordered his food. Everybody got their food. The woman brought everybody their food except Angel Ben. Then she put it in, and then she never came back with it. Everybody was like, "Ooh, that was delicious." Everybody's holding out to their stomach, and Angel Menace there like, that I had never seen a person so grumpy in my life. I thought he was gonna just Hulk smash the whole place, So I'm gonna go around and ask you guys about your favorite tracks of 2020. Cheryl, give me a track that you've loved for 2020.
Well, hold on, before she answers that, what's your Venmo so I can help you?
Really? No. One of them, not like one of them. I loved Chrissy Aisa's All These Memories.
Okay.
Loved it.
Cliff, what about you?
How did I know you were going to ask this question? And I still am not prepared.
Well, the top 20, the top 40 freestyle countdown for 2020 will be out soon. This will be a 4-part event starting in December, every week in December. Since we're at 105.9 FM, the rhythm, 1 hour a week, we're going to split it into 4 hours. So it's going to be the top 40. And we're going to have the first hour on the second week of December, all the way to the end of the year. So, we're gonna count down the top 40. We're gonna give the audience an opportunity to vote for their favorite songs. So we're gonna have a list in alphabetical order on all the songs that we promoted this year. And we're going to go ahead and allow the audience to vote for their top 3 to award bonus points. We're also gonna have the Ortiz Rodriguez newbie spot. We got to get some nominations for that. Somebody wants to nominate Nelson Rego, and we'll have to, jot him down and see if he's voted on. A new school artist that's in their 50s. That's awesome. But, we want to know who are the top songs for the 2020 year. So we got All These Memories for Cheryl Rodriguez. Willie Valentin, what about you?
Hold on, I didn't give you my pick.
I know. I'm giving him an opportunity to think. He said he was thinking.
So I already know what my top 5 are for the year. So
All right.
One of them is Believe in Love, Sammy Zone and C-Bank.
Perfect. I love that song. Amazing vocals, amazing production. And, C-Bank is not too bad to look at in the video either. All right. Anyways, Willie.
Now you're asking me?
Yes, sir. I'm asking what, you don't have to pick anybody from your label.
Yeah, it's a weird thing for me because I like all the records that we put out because if I didn't like them, I wouldn't put them out. But I don't know. I don't know which was my favorite. It's hard to. No. My favorite, without a doubt, is the George Anthony All the Way. That song stuck in my head in a great way. I don't know any of the lyrics to the song. I just because you know how I am, Jose. I'm not a lyric person. I don't listen to lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But that song is just like, that hook is so infectious, and there's nothing bad about that record. I really like that remix, or whoever did that remix did it really good. No, I'm just kidding. No, but that song is just amazing.
You did the remix.
That
You
song,
did the
not
remix.
because George is like family to me, and I've known him for so long. That song, there's so many good things. I can't say enough about that record. The melody, the vocals, the production. It's an amazing record.
Well, you know my favorite, right? My favorite. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna put this one aside too. You got anything there? No. I'm not gonna pick this one. Oh wow! Wait. I don't have those. Well, I'm not gonna pick that one, obviously, because it has something to do with it. I go back to the beginning of the year, Pure Pleasures song. I go back to what? Who's back? Who's that?
I was saying Black and White.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Pure Pleasures, Breath Away. Amazing song. But there's been a lot of great songs this year. TKA, Alyssa B. I love the Taina Happy Now because it's different. I love that song. I loved the Apology IOU retro mix with Louis Marte. The Dragon by Adelise. I like that. Dedicate My Love by Willie Valentin. Destiny by Jasmine Dennis. I got the version that Tim Spinning Shomer did for Haunted by Charlie XO, and I keep doing the edits with my mouth. You know what I mean? Like, I just. So there are a lot of, Now That You're Gone by Cynthia Figueroa. Just a lot of great music in 2020. It's gonna be really hard to pick the number one song for 2020, and we'll be bringing that to you next month.
A lot of great songs this year. It's been a really good year for freestyle, and just like anything, like I said earlier, there's always some bad songs out there, but there's the good songs this year. I would say the good songs this year overshadow big time the not so strong songs. I'm making a tongue twister there.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah, it's been a great year for great productions, different producers, different writers. Labels. New labels are popping up now, and that's going to continue getting the music out there. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I think this year, to Willie's point, you had a great song come out, and then 2 weeks later there was another great song that came out. So the fight to remain in that playlist was really tough.
Yeah, and do you find it hard to find songs to keep on your playlist, Cliff, for the year of 2020?
There's a lot of good quality songs. I don't think there's enough good quality songs. I mean, I'm going to say there's definitely 15 really good songs out there that when you spread it out the course of, every 4 weeks dropping one, 2020 was really good.
Yes.
But there's some that shouldn't have been released.
There, with the attention span of the audience, man, the audience was jumping from song to song. 1 minute, oh, I love that TKA. 20 seconds later, that Alyssa B, though, it's like, wow, and then it's like, I love that George Anthony track. Oh, no, I like this other George Anthony track. People forgot about All the Way because they got stuck on the new song with Cynthia, You Should Have Told Me, the remix. And so they forget about All the Way, but, they're pumping You Should Have Told Me. Same thing. Same thing with.
What I think it was affecting that. I'm sorry to cut you off, Jose.
Go ahead.
Did a you for a second. I'm sorry. No. I remember when I was DJing, I was an up and coming artist, and I used to listen to the radio, and there was no internet, so there was not an overexposure of music. So Friday and Saturday nights, cassette recording, go to sleep, wake up, and then fast forward to look at that, Band at the Heart. I didn't know who sang at the time. Fast forward, One Way Love. So we weren't overexposed. And nowadays is you have DJs that will play anything, and you have DJs that will play great things, and I have DJs who mix both old school, new stuff, which I love when they do that. But then you get an overexposure of it, and you're kind of the fans are like, I heard it 50 million times today. oh, a new song came out next week. That's my new favorite now.
Right.
Because you already burned out that record because you've heard it on every live. So
yeah, and I heard a couple songs like Into the Night by Diddle D. Just love that record. You know what I mean? And thank goodness for your remix, because you know it was already like falling by the wayside. Like the original had been released, the video was released, my favorite video of the year, and then people forgot about it until the remix came out, and then we really had to push it. But as a matter of fact, there was another song by Jasmine Dennis at the beginning of the year that people have already forgotten about, and it's about that love. It got limited play, so you know, it's like we try to do a good job as a collective. Cheryl, Cliff, and I to continue playing good quality freestyle music, but you know we tend to get that 3 month, 3 week situation. You know, it either lasts 3 weeks or 3 months. That's it.
I mean, you're gonna have those handful of records that are gonna play out throughout the year, but it's not like, you know, back in when we were growing up, these songs will last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you would buy that cassette or the vinyl, and then eventually a CD when CD became popular, and that's what you have in your car. So every time you turn your car on, the CD starts, and you, oh, this is my favorite song. It's a little different now, you know.
Yeah, we want to get that audience to pop us in their CD player or stream us. You know, it's really hard. I mean, I post my podcast on a weekly basis, and people are still asking me, hey, what happened to you on Spotify? You know, and I got to give them a link so they can go ahead and get to the other platforms. Yeah, don't make me cry. I got kicked out of Spotify because of Cliff Potts. Cliff Potts mix got me kicked out of Spotify and iHeart. If you go to iHeart Radio right now, the last mix or the last episode is the Cliff Potts mix. That's the last one. It's just it's a sign of the times. You know, Facebook has changed the rules, and so has Spotify, and so has iHeart, and they don't accept mix shows. And the ones that haven't been caught yet will be caught soon enough, and they'll be taken off the rotation. And believe you me, I got letters from every single record label that I play. They don't care. They just don't want us to be the people breaking music. They want people to stream it on their platform. Who is hearing me right now out loud? Somebody can lower that down. Is that Cheryl? Cheryl, you're fired. No.
I have nothing here.
Cheryl, so what has been the best thing about you being on the radio on 90.7?
The best thing? Oh, I could never narrow it down, man. It's fabulous. It's just being constant with the music, man. Just getting to meet a lot of new people that I hadn't met from back in the day prior to even getting on board with Clubhouse, and getting the songs sometimes before they're really out, and just a little front door access and some good stuff, and just meeting the new people that I've met throughout and have made some like genuine friends in doing so, like genuine friendship. So it's been wonderful.
Big shout outs going out to Gino Caporelli at 418 Freestyle. I said, you know, hey, can you add Cheryl and Cliff Potts? He's like, sure, you know, unless he had you before. I just wanted to make sure, but now you guys are on the mailing list, and I think that's great. I said because
feedback sheets, and I saw Cheryl's name. I'm like,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, always. Like every time I down feedback, right away, and it's fantastic to be able.
That was good. It was good to see.
Oh, so you can see what we write every time we feedback.
Well, he sent me for my releases. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Thanks, Cheryl, for a 2 out of 10. I appreciate it. No, I'm just kidding.
Never.
Big shout outs to two of my favorite DJs, the VSL, Victor Spinning Lopez, and DJ Personal. Shout outs going out to you. Also, shout outs going out to the GOAT, Tim Spinning Shomer. Shout outs going out to him, always supporting me. Did you just bat? Did you just bat at Tim Shomer? You don't bat at Tim Spinning Shomer. I got a phone call from him yesterday, and I was like, "Go!" And he's like, "What?" Listen, peasant. All right, stop following my page. Stop calling me. I'm just kidding. Just a great guy. Let me ask you guys, right? Is it hard to give feedback on new music to the artist or the company? Cliff, you first.
Sometimes, I think, to Willie's point with the feedback, there's really only two that do it today, and it's 418 and Kings of Spin. So being a part of both of them, you got to feedback on the track. It's not like your normal record pool. And everybody who takes the time to put out music you got to be grateful for it, right? Because it's the time and effort being put out. I think if I need to give some criticism, I try to be constructive. Hey, maybe it needs a little bit more, of this, or maybe it's too high here. Because some of those songs that come in, especially from a mix perspective, the mastering is not the best. And, you're trying to fit it in a mix and the bass is too high. And, unless you bring it in your own, DAW and try to turn it down, but you're not always successful. So, that's where I try to give some of the feedback there from the quality of the sound. But, to the point we said earlier, this year has been much easier than in the past.
Absolutely. What about you, Cheryl? You like everything?
I don't like everything. This is not true.
I had to nudge her off of that Adam Morano stage, but you are Italian, so I do understand.
Well, that's where it came from. And there's a few more we probably wouldn't mention, Kenny. But
oh my God.
No, she didn't. No, what are you asking me about, the feedback?
Yeah, is it hard for you to give feedback to someone in regards to their music?
It shouldn't be, but it is. Yeah, I think it is. For me personally, I have a very hard time, and I do differentiate, but I have a very hard time hurting people's feelings. But I have learned that if I'm going to be doing what I'm doing and I'm in this type of industry, it is very important to be honest and really just share what you really think, because otherwise, ultimately, I mean, you just kind of went through this on a recent post, but ultimately you're only hurting the person by not being honest and telling them what you really think, because not everybody is perfect. Not everybody's going to make a perfect song every single time. And they need to know that. They need to know that to keep them real and keep them going and fighting for better. And they should inspire to constantly do, if they love the music, and that's why they're doing it, they should fight for it and accept the negativity at times. It's constructive.
What about you, Willie? Is it hard for you to be a producer, a record label, and then somebody asks you, to be part of the feedback portion of it?
To be honest, it all depends on how I'm approached. So if someone comes to me and says, I need you to do a remix, if I don't think the record is a good record, I just don't respond sometimes. Or I say the song doesn't need a remix. And that could mean two things. It's really good or it's really bad. I let them decide that. I don't like to hurt people's feelings. Now they approach me and say, hey, I'm an up and coming artist. I want feedback. How can I get better? Then I'm definitely going to be very real and go, work on this, work on that. You have a good tone, but the song is not written well. Who's writing your songs? Things like that. And I try not to be too negative. I think about like my job, and when I talk to my employees, I say you start with a positive thing, go into the opportunity, then you end it with a positive, because you want them to walk away from the conversation going, you know what, some of those things hurt, but he gave me some encouragement to do better. So that's the way I look at it. And if you really have no talent, don't reach out to me. No. That is tough. Then I'll ask that question: do you really want my feedback? Because sometimes it's not pretty, and they say yes. I'm like, then I already prepared you, and then we'll go into that conversation. I would never tell someone you suck, but I'm like, maybe singing is not for you if they really can't at all. Would I like that 25 years ago? No, I can admit that I was not like that. Now,
well, and then that's the same thing with me. People were always asking me to curb the way that I gave feedback, because I would say they suck and I would just move on. And the more time that I've taken to give feedback and to be that positive force, the more negativity comes my way. So I'm scared to give feedback now. And I think people are using feedback now for power and control over certain situations. And I could give examples, and we'll do that a little later. But it's, to me, is like I represent the artist. And I'm on 2 radio stations. I have a podcast, and I want to present the best possible quality music from that artist. So let's say that Willie Valentin put out "Dedicate My Love," and we played it, and it was requested, and it was popular for 2020. Now for 2021, he puts out something that's substandard. You know, I can tell him that, you know what I mean, and he's going to be okay with that. But for the most part, the people that come for that feedback now, when I tell them that, it's not the same. It becomes a hater situation. It becomes a negative situation where now they want to compete with you, or they hate you, or they go on somebody else's show to bash you, or they say that they blocked you when in fact that's not the case. The case is that you stopped them from contacting you, and you muted them from contacting you on Messenger because of the fact that, you know, they gave you a track for feedback on another artist, right? You give them the feedback on that artist, and then 5 minutes later, the artist that you gave somebody else feedback to is calling you about the feedback you gave. I'm like, I could have just told them themselves, you know, I could have just gone to them and told them directly. And so people are doing the feedback situation now for clout. They're doing it to get in good with somebody. I was asked at one specific time what I thought of Nelson Rego. I gave my specific feedback, and then 10 seconds later, they're on a live with Nelson Rego, and I'm like, that was a setup. You know, I got a track from Angel, formerly of TKA. 5 minutes later, after I give the person the feedback, he's calling me about the feedback that I gave. And it's like, man, I could just give it to him directly. You know what I mean? And it sucks. It really does. It's pretty terrible that people use it as leverage.
So, you know, back in the day, right? So, God, I'm dating myself here. So when I was 17, you know, and there was RPBC, which is Record Pool Business Club, right? Willie knows, right? Eddie Rivera had his industry. I think it was Tuesday nights, right? Before an artist would come out with his track, they'd come and they'd perform. They'd get the criticism if it wasn't good, and if it was good, then hey, they walked away. But it made their songs better. You know, they came, okay, you know what? This is not it. Let's go back to the drawing board and redo it. And some would come back weeks later and, whoa, hey, you guys did a great job. That's what's missing today. And I don't want to say it's missing. You're filling that void. But the problem is the criticism, or the way they take the criticism, isn't like it was back then. You know, everybody wants that instant gratification now. I don't need to redo my song. I did it. I did my time. I just put it out.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on for another subject. We have a guest coming, so we're gonna say goodbye to Potts and Cheryl Rodriguez to bring on our next guest. So right now we have live on CPR's Clubhouse Live. We have the one and only Miss Sharyn Maceren. She's here with us on CPR's Clubhouse Live, along with Willie Valentin and I. Hi, how are you? She's frozen. I better let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Is that a cover for the CD?
With the cool headset, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not making pretend. Sharyn Maceren is here. I'm not making pretend, I promise. Sharyn, are you there with us?
Sometimes it takes a little time to connect, I think. So maybe.
I will try it again. Let's see. I was going to do this whole surprise thing, and are you staying still on purpose, Willie? You're not frozen, are you? No. Oh, my goodness. Let me try it again. Sharyn, are you there? Let's see. Oh, she'll be back in a moment. Stop that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. So let's try this one more time. Our special guest this week has a release tonight at midnight. It's called 11/11, and it's released on 11/11/2020. Hi, Sharyn. How are you? I can't hear you. You have something with a mic?
Ooh, I like the microphone in the back. That was cool with the white stand.
I know, yes. You need something with a microphone so you're able to talk to us. So if you can get something with a mic, that'll be great. All I really need is a little more time. I'm going to hide you and bring you right back. So again, we got Sharyn Maceren coming soon here. Also tonight at midnight, you have the new song from Marilyn Torres being released. Nice. And that's something that I've already pre-ordered. I pre-ordered to Sharyn Maceren, of course, and she'll be joining us shortly. But big shout outs going out to Cliff Potts. Big shout out going out to Cheryl Rodriguez, Angel Mena, and everyone who's joined us tonight. So it's a good conversation. Hopefully we can, continue. Don't do that. Stop it. Stop
The
freezing.
fire behind me still moving. You can tell.
I know. I was looking. I'm like, stop freezing. So again, let's see if Sharon Maceren is available. Oh, she's just left me again. I think she's teasing me all night. Unbelievable.
I didn't hear Cheryl say, my friends. I was waiting for her to say that. All right, see you later, my friends.
We'll have her come back and do it, my friends.
They call yous. Oh, yous guys.
Oh, you guys. Hey, we're going to send you a fish.
I love it. It was good I never really had a conversation with Clip Potts. It seems like we go way back because we know a lot of the same people. He looks so much younger that I thought he would not know RPVC, and that's awesome. And so I know he's definitely from back then. And now I understand why he's the vinyl assassin.
Absolutely. And right now, joining us, you can hear the feedback, is Sharyn Maceren. Hello again.
Hi there.
There we go.
Hi, how are you?
Got it. Yay. Good. Thanks. Minus our little frozen session. How are you guys?
Good.
We're doing great. And tonight is your release, 11/11.
It is, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it, because I saw there's so many songs on there.
Yeah. Basically all of the 11 singles that I released from my last album, The One, they were all the EPs, they were limited editions, so we weren't going to release them again as their own thing. So some of them had extra bonus stuff and whatnot. So we just re-released all of the remixes onto one album so that the fans that still want to stream and do whatever with them, they'll still have access to it all on one album, the 32 tracks.
Wow.
32. Wow.
32 tracks.
You stay busy. I've been following Sharon for years.
That was last year, yeah. So
you put out a lot of music on your own. Like, this is just you. It's not like you're running a label with 10 different artists. This is you. You put out so much music. I got to give you props. Like, you're just
Thank you.
Work hard.
This year, though, it was pretty chill. For 2020, I did try writing a little bit, and I have some kind of fun stuff coming up, but I definitely was able to chill a little bit this year. So,
well, I'm glad. And how's the husband?
Husband's good. Look at you.
I'm sorry. Are we live?
Jose misses his husband, so I get it. That's okay, Jose.
You guys are too much.
So out of the tracks that you're releasing tonight, which one is your favorite? Do you have a top 3 of your favorite remixes?
Let's see, top 3. I just posted 5 of them today. Two of the very newest ones, which had never been released before, they were house, and then we made one like slightly with more freestyle-y breakbeat.
Right.
And so, but my other favorites were the other 3 as well that I put on this little sampler, which was Take Me to Ibiza, a Starla and Vega remix, Tears I Cry, the Josh J.W. mix, and there was this other song called Love Is Where You Are, the Starlin Vegas Future Retro mix. And so on the sampler, those were some of my favorites.
I loved the one. I like that.
Oh, thanks.
I like the mixture of all the different songs that you've done in the past and all the looking back at that. I thought that was pretty excellent.
Thank you.
And I buy all the singles, Tears I Cry and
Thanks.
all that good stuff. So you got my money all the time. I have a small office, and I have this poster that you signed for me many years ago. I'm getting it framed so I can put it up. So when we do these,
sweet.
So
I need to make new merch pretty soon.
Yes.
That's like on the to-do list. So new merch, new album.
Sharon McSaren, glow in the dark bandanas.
What about you, Willie?
I have your calendar from back in the day. I remember that.
No, with your new music.
Oh, I thought you said, do I have any other stuff? Yeah, I have the calendar. I remember that.
Are you having fun with new music?
Oh, yeah. It's been a busy year. I slowed down again now because It's just I got to focus on a handful of artists, not 30 artists. It's really hard to deal with
Whoa.
30 different personalities.
Oh my goodness. I
And
only have to deal with my own.
that's easier that way. And let me. And then the sad part with everything going on, I can't have anybody in my studio. At least I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
So, a lot of artists don't have a recording studio, so I'm hoping that some are investing in learning how to use that, which is great. I think
Or Zoom.
Yeah. So, but it's been good.
Good.
I got some great projects coming out, and I can't wait to be able to announce what they are.
I know.
Some of my idols that I'm working with, it's just amazing.
Sweet.
So I'm a fan too. I'm a fan. I can never say I'm not.
It's great that you're only charging $11.99 for your album on iTunes. There's a lot of music for $11.99, and so
yeah, the album should have been around $15.99, but I don't like selling it for that much. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure that you know that I did pre-order it, and
thank you.
Because I want to make sure I have all your tracks, anyways. But it's right there. It's right there.
Sweet. Oh
Pre-order for $11.11. So it's a lot of great music. All Day, All Night. One of my favorites. Take Me to a Pizza. If I Could See You Again. I like that one. Reverse. You play tribute to the old school with Reverse. You talk about Lisa. You talk about the classics. Are those all your inspirations for you doing your music?
For freestyle and dance, for sure. It was a big part of what I listened to growing up. By the time I was like in 6th grade, we had a dance, and I had all these records, and I was playing all of it. So I was like the DJ of our little elementary party. And and that's basically all the stuff that I remembered. So it was easy to just, come up with the lyrics and be like, this is what it's about, because that's what I was listening to.
I call you the SVES of our show. And it's funny.
Thank you.
You have a S plus V, which means Starlight and Vega, of course, but my SVES means something totally different. And
I think so. Yeah.
I can't repeat it any longer because you're married. But for 10 to 15 years, it was like your calling card.
Nice.
I gotta figure. So now is before it was sexy, vivacious, and equally stunning Sharon McSaren. So now it's like I can't use sexy, so I gotta find something for the S, right?
Yeah.
And it's equally married, Sharon McSaren.
Equally married.
So how is the husband doing? I know that he's the one that has to really work with you in the studio, and he's the one that gets the wrath of Farrakhan. You know what I mean? Like
we were laughing because when I first started working with him, for some reason I started wearing wigs. Do you guys remember when I wore wigs last year or during the one?
I was gonna wear a wig right now for you, but I haven't gotten the opportunity.
It's under the hat.
Yeah.
It's a little Ronald McDonald redhead.
Oh my gosh, a little curly.
Yeah, something like that.
And then once we started dating, I didn't wear the wigs anymore. And can you imagine? You're just like, hey, like what happened? And so we were laughing because I just don't dress up as much as I used to. So you guys have to let me know what I should do when I start working on the new album. Like what should I do to make this studio fun?
You have to be sophisticated now. So the S is now sophisticated.
Okay.
And equally married Sharon McSaren. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay. Where the business
Can I just
suits?
say something? Like I wanted to comment on like what she's done, what I've seen with her career. Whether you're doing it on your own label or the labels that you were on before, it always looks so much bigger.
Oh, thank you.
When I looked at your projects, it always like major label stuck out to me. Like who's behind these records? So whoever puts that together, if it's you, great job, because
thank you.
You don't go into it saying, hey, I'm just going to make a record and here's a cheesy cover. No, you put like a lot of effort and time, the colors, the lighting, everything looks really good. So
thank you. I
got to give you props. It seems like you're a star, and then you are. But
thank you so much.
You're up there with like you compare like Lady Gaga's. And that. That caliber of the presentation is it's great. It's great.
Oh, thank you guys so much. It's when I look at it myself, I do a lot of stuff on my own. So I've been able to do my own covers, like the artwork. I've been able to do like the promo videos and all that stuff. So because I do it myself, it feels very homemade to me.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's like when I look like this, I just feel like, oh, here's me and I'm just doing my thing. So I never look at it in that way. So I really appreciate that you see it in that particular way. But the way that I was telling a friend, because he's starting a new business, and he's like, how do you do your promo? And I just said, like, have fun. That's my way of presenting it, because if you don't have fun with your music, if you don't have fun with your videos, if you don't have fun making your artwork look the way that you see it in your mind, then what's the point?
Absolutely right.
Yeah. So everything I do, I want it to represent what I see in my mind. I want the video to be like how I felt the song was. I want the artwork to feel how the song was. I want, just everything that I am, I want it to come through. And that's just kind of how I do stuff.
You are Freestyle's ultimate girl next door, and it comes
Thank
through.
you.
It comes through all the time with your interactions. I've never have seen you have a bad interaction with a fan, with somebody that supports you, a DJ. It's always a positive thing, and I'm so glad that I can say that about you.
Thank you.
You don't have any beefs, unless you're when you
on the
under, yeah. You gotta
Thank you.
Do rag, pant sagging, but it's just it's great to have followed your career all these years and seen you grow as an artist. And these are not sweet nothings. It's just a great steady climb to earning everything that you deserve, right? It's like you project it, you do it, and then you earn it, right? And you earn every person that supports you, all the young girls that support you throughout the years. We've had young girls like preteen to teens like love you. I remember you sending autographed pictures and CDs to some of the young ladies that listen to our show. And they were big fans, still are big fans of yours. I've gone to some of their rooms, and they had the Sharon McSaren poster in the back. So that's a cool thing when you earn it, and it's genuine and it's not fake. And I commend you on that. I commend you on always being positive and always having that positivity. So people are talking about it now, like that. It looks like you have so much fun, and it oozes through your music.
Thank you.
And you're always laughing. You're never negative. I appreciate that about you. You're a good person in my book, and
Thanks.
that's why you've gotten my support and 27 dedicated podcasts.
Awesome! Wow. Whoa, 27. Oh my God. That's
we if you go to cbrsmusic.com, we have like the definitive Sharyn Maceren countdown.
Yes.
We had the opportunity to promote your music and have you as our guest many times on our show. And it's always easy. I mean, this from what you're telling me before you came on, you were like in pajamas probably and stuff, watching a movie.
In pajamas. Yeah, I was like, oh no.
And she went and she did the Wonder Woman thing, and she's here with us,
You know what? Back to what you guys were talking about, like with the fans and everything. Have you guys ever thought to yourself how you might have fans out there that never had a chance to say thank you to you? That are like, oh, I'm such a big fan of your work and what you do. And they just listen to you and they just think it to themselves.
Right.
And you never even have that chance. And or they might not know your Facebook page, or just whatever the thing may be. I've been doing music for such a long time, and one of the things that I did feel like I really wish I had a chance to say thank you to every single person that ever liked my music. That's like something that I was thinking about the other day.
Yeah, and I can't wait for this COVID thing to go away, because I want to see you out performing. I see you in a couple of venues. And it always looks fun, and it's a class act.
Thank you.
And big shout out to your husband. We know him as Lenny Ruckus, and
thanks.
And he's always been a nice guy. Especially back in the day, he was Lenny Linus. That was
Lenny Linus Douglas. Yep.
I remember him and Randy stood in my house, and I would go to sleep and Randy's out partying because Randy wants to go out into town. Lenny's in
Oh
the
my
studio.
gosh.
Lenny's in the studio. Like
Yep.
he's amazing. I wake up, two, 3 tracks done. I'm like, what the heck is going on? He's amazing. He's amazing. I was always a big fan of his, and
Thank you.
he's so talented.
And the fact that
Thank
you guys
you.
ended up together musically, and then you had that friendship, and now you're married. That's a great story
Thanks.
to tell. In the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's so crazy because in my mind, now that I've been doing this last album and whatnot, I feel like I've been doing music forever. But the space between my third album, which was called Sunkissed, and then my fourth album, The One, it was actually a bunch of years where I wasn't doing any music. And so it's like crazy that I didn't realize, I thought I was never going to do music again. I just thought, oh, okay, I'm going to be a teacher or something. And I don't know, just kind of, get off into the sunset or whatever. And it then one day my life went to make music again, make an album. And then that's when all this happened.
It's because the inspiration was there, your husband, so that, you could hear it in your music and your new songs, and you celebrate that bond, that marriage, that love, and it comes through your music. I think that's the reason why people are so attracted to it, and they're enjoying all these songs that you're putting out by yourself.
Thank you. No, actually, The One was inspired first and foremost by my dad. So a little bit before The One happened, my dad passed away. I love him so much, and I wasn't even on social media at that time. So once I thought about it, I said, I have to pay tribute to my dad. So I'm going to go online and I will sing for him every single day for this thing that we have called 40 Days. And that will be my tribute to my father. And so I went back online, and all of a sudden I see all my fans, and we're like in community again, and I could feel them, and they're just just with me. And I said, oh my gosh, I feel like my dad wants me to make another album. And so I started making an album on day 41, like after the 40 days. There's 2 producers that I was working with. The other one was Joe. And once I started working on it, it was like, then the next month I met Lenny. And then after that, and then I kept seeing the number 1111, and I kept feeling my dad's spirit cheering me on. And so that's why I wanted to name this remix album 1111, because he's the reason that album came out, and he's the reason that all the other remixes came out. And
that's great inspiration, and it's going to come out on 11/11 tonight at midnight. It'll be available for purchase on 11/11/2020. And what a story! It kind of endears you to the album too, and now I definitely have to listen to the entire roster of songs, over and over again, which I do anyways. You know that I'm a huge Sharon Maceren fan, and
thank you.
And I always praise your work and your music, and all the way for Sweet Nothings and back to that album with the black cover, and back to
Nighttime Land.
Yes, Nighttime Land is amazing. Back to your original album with A Little More Time, which is my absolute favorite of all time.
Right.
And I got drops of you singing the song to me, so we can transition to it. So it's been a great journey for you, and I thank you so much for just coming on and promoting your new song and just chilling with us for a little while.
Thank you. I'm so glad I had this conversation with you too. It's been so fun, and I think it was the perfect moment for celebrating this album.
Well, God bless your dad. And
thank you.
Tonight at 11/11/2020, the brand new album 11/11 by Sharyn Maceren. Put it on your Spotify list. Download it on iTunes. You're always on the charts too. You're the original artist that's on the iTunes charts too.
Thank you. So, I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
I was gonna make a comment about that. Like I'm definitely from the old school. Been doing stuff from analog till now, and I refused at one point. No, I'm still gonna use analog stuff. And even when I was selling records, and when I remember you were on iTunes, I'm like, how do I get on iTunes? I'm like, wait a minute, what is this iTunes? I want to get on iTunes. It took me a long time to figure that out, but I got to say you're a pioneer for this music to get on digital. you opened my eyes up for that because I never really thought about it. I thought it was like, it's gonna come and go. And what happened was all the other stuff went, and now everything's digital.
Yes.
Oh man, the world just keeps changing and changing, huh, guys?
Well, thank you so much, Sharyn, and we look forward to your album, and I can't wait to play some of those songs. And by the way, I'm in California now on Rhythm 105.9.
Yeah.
So we're definitely gonna play some Sharon McSaren on there.
All right. And I'm gonna start working on some new stuff as well. I'll keep you guys in mind and try to make the best stuff for you guys that'll make you guys happy.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you guys. Take care, CPR. Bye, Willie. Have a good
night. Once again, that's the sophisticated,
there you go,
and equally married Sharyn Maceren. Right now, we're being joined by Marilyn Torres and her husband. Let me just see if I can. Oh, there they go. Oh. Hi, guys. How are you? Oh, I got to unmute you. Hold on.
Okay. There we go.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Once again, we got Alex Baldrich and Marilyn Baldrich, also known as Marilyn Torres. We're here to celebrate her brand new single, also being released tonight at midnight. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Last week we had the opportunity to preview your song on Rhythm 105.9 and of course 90.7 FM. How did that make you feel to be featured on two stations at the same time and also on a podcast?
Amazing. It was truly amazing. I was excited. I was doing my little happy dance. I was like, look at me. So, no, it really feels good, because I did Calling for Love, but that kind of stayed more underground, I guess you would refer to it, like people know about it, but it wasn't out there, right? So it was a really good feeling to experience that. So I appreciate the opportunity that everybody has provided to me. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and I hope that you get the opportunity to revisit that song, because that song, it could be redone again for 2021. It could be revisited. So I hope that you do. Big shout outs going to Alex. I truly loved your remix of Apology I Owe You by Louis Marte, that retro mix. What was the inspiration about how to put that together? What was the inspiration for you going that retro? Like I thought I was in a freestyle version of Grand Theft Auto.
So for me, I've always been a fan of the older style of music. The way the 80s sound. The very analog. Certain things are punchier than others. Certain things are crispy and. I play vinyl records, whenever I can, and there's nothing compares to that. You can get the FLAC files or WAV files or whatever. They sound great, right? But nothing compares to like a record or an actual cassette tape, despite the degrading stuff. But, I just love the way it sounds. So I wanted to kind of bring that out in a song. And I was kind of like gambling with it a little bit. I told Louis, hey, what do you think about this? And he was like, yo, yeah, we need to do that. I'm like, okay. So, then I wrapped it up and, it was a bit of a gamble for us. But everybody seems to love it. So, it kind of branched off into a few things that you should be hearing from soon.
I'm glad. And I hope that you guys continue working together. I think that was a positive thing for our music. And
thank you.
Marilyn, tonight, once again, at 11:11 at midnight, your song comes out. What's the title of the song so the fans can go ahead and purchase it?
In exchange for what?
And what was the inspiration behind that song?
Oh, wow.
Story time.
So yeah, it's story time. It's kind of funny because I always say, and I said it in my last interview, Alex, pretty much wrote it. But it'll be more of me just expressing like my emotion. So I think that me and Alex at that point, we just were in different worlds, and so that was my part of feeling the relationship. So I was just like, what am I here for? Like, what is this in exchange for? Like, what am I getting out of this relationship? And I feel that a lot of people either have gone through that, go through it. It's never ending. I think that we have all come to a point in a relationship where you're like, what is it for? Like, why am I here? and what am I getting out of this? So it was our personal experience. This is one of my favorite songs because I felt that he explained it well. I feel the emotions of the song, and it really it helped me, and it helps me still to this day to remember that and to know that we're in a better place now, and the work. And now I do understand what it's in exchange for.
I know
but that's
it's free studio time, right, Alex?
Yeah.
It was
exactly.
In exchange for what? Free studio time.
There you go.
It was a bad joke.
No, you're good.
To get personal like that and to be able to share that personal experience, I think that can help others as well.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, yeah.
It does. Yeah, it does.
It helped us, and that's because originally we did this song. I can't even remember the date. It's between like 2010 and 2013 or something, and we sat on it, and along with quite a few other projects that I might expose sometime soon in the near future. But this kind of put us in a perspective because we got married around that time, and we were in a situation where we were like, how do we evolve from the state of redundancy where we're just in it to be in it, and we're not actually in it to win it with each other. So we grew tremendously out of that, and it's just something that we decided we actually do want to share with the world. So
yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. Again, it's coming out tonight at midnight as well. In exchange for what? Marilyn Torres. What else is in store for you guys?
We have quite a few projects coming up. We're looking at a song called Torn, which is expected to be pushed out next year. And then there's a couple of more tracks in between that we're still working out to make sure that, it's something that everybody can love and enjoy. But we're also going to be stretching the limits of what defines freestyle maybe. We want to see, what we can challenge and what we can do out there for ourselves and, to kind of spunk up the genre a little bit more with some variety. And there's another project that I'm actually very fond of that we're coming out with very soon. I can't give too much details on it yet, but I think this is going to be something that anybody who's ever loved freestyle will truly, truly appreciate.
All the secretive stuff around here. Nobody wants to tell me anything. Is it because I said I didn't want to give anybody feedback? Is that the reason?
No.
We don't fear feedback. Actually, we welcome it.
Yeah, I think it's important.
It's the only way we can get better, And sometimes, I used to be a manager at where I work at, and one of the things that we used to get challenged with is how do you provide feedback to where the person actually accepts it, regardless of their personality type and all this stuff, and then they actually utilize it. So, my approach has always been trial and error. If I'll try and give you feedback, I want to be honest about it. I don't want to beat around the bush, but at the same time, I want to compliment on the things you did do good too. The term we used for it is a poop sandwich. So
good, poop, good.
Yep, exactly that. So, I think that everybody should be welcoming to the feedback because, there's no growth without it. So,
you have anything that you would like to add or ask?
No, it's funny. I heard the song on the podcast on Sunday, and it's been stuck in my head ever since then, that hook.
Awesome.
That's a good thing. There's maybe a handful of songs that stick into my head every year. Not many. But it's funny, your name was mentioned today. I'm like, the chorus just hit me right. Again, I'm listening to it right now when I'm talking to you. I'm listening to the hook.
Awesome.
So I have a question for you guys. So how is it when you're working in the studio compared to just, I know when I'm recording my wife, it's different from us just watching a TV show.
Right.
Yes.
How are you guys in the studio? How's that chemistry in the studio?
I'll let her speak.
Oh gosh. Well, let me say this. He, with this sentence, he was part of the reason why I stopped. He, because and I know Willie, when your wife was talking, I even said it in the comments, she's speaking like my life, because when we're in the studio, he definitely has his producer hat on, and there is like all that like empathy and love and patience, like that's out the window, like he's ready to work. And it took me a while till now, and talking to Ricky, who kind of helped me come back and understand that process, is that he knows how he has to push me, because I kind of tend to be like, no, I can't do that. Like, no, that's not coming out right, or no, it's not going to work. Like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. And he's like, okay, you can do it. And I need you to get on that microphone and you're going to do it. Yep. Because I will limit myself. But I feel like it does work. And we're doing better. And I think it shows, hopefully, to you guys through the music, that we definitely work well together. And we get really creative. We take our time. We put a lot of thought into everything that we do, whether it's writing the lyrics, the beat, and even our family, like our kids, they're here, they're helping me. They're like, no, that doesn't sound good. Or I'm giving him feedback, like on his beats. Like sometimes he'll have me listen to something and I'll be like, what the hell boy, bye. And I'll just walk off because, but it again, and I think that now I understand that, and I understand why we push each other, because I think that other people see more of you than you see of yourself. And I think that as individuals, we are our worst critics, so I've had to learn to be like, you need to believe, what people say about you, especially when it's good. I don't tend to do the negative, but if it's good, I'm gonna take it in. And I've tried to learn to be like, you don't need to be so hard on yourself, and he's helped bring that out of me. So we definitely do work well, but it's taken us a while to learn that and overcome those challenges.
Well, guys, I want to wish you the best of luck in your new
Thank
project.
You so much.
In exchange for what? Marilyn Torres.
Yes.
And Alex, thank you so much for creating a new style of music, or bringing us back retroactively to the to a easier time where you can digest music and have fun with it. You actually, are responsible for re-adding Louis Marte onto my show.
Thank you.
So, it's a good positive thing. I hope you guys continue to work with each other, as a collective. And I want to hear good things from Florida. I want to hear, that Florida is trying to bring freestyle to the forefront, as it should be. It is one of the hotbeds for freestyle. So I hope that you become, a mainstay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
I look forward to it.
Well,